I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you can take to them. I'm having that aura, I got that glow. They hate it worse when they know that you know. Walk in the room like I'm covered in gold. I used to suppress it, was about to implode. I used to suppress it, was about to explode. Sore thumb in the room, everywhere that I go. Black sheep for the fam, used to think something was wrong. Took a little time to realize I was chose. Took a little time to realize I was special. Ever since birth, been a cold under pressure. Wanna be great, gotta do a little extra. That's why I grind with obsession. Everything about me irregular, everything about me is pressure. Maximum effort, no box left unchecked on the checklist. No stone left unturned, mash on the gas and etc. Or farming hoe, I'm up in rank. Step in the room, they paved the way. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't. Classic.
Yo, it's Classic with the classic codes, and it's my dog Souls of Thought. We are here on my channel. It is the Film Codes. Souls, what they watching with you?
Hey man, you know they're gonna be watching the Souls reviews. You can catch that on Souls of Thought, man. We both breaking this down today, man. We got a good Boys in the Hood breakdown. I'm sure everybody's waiting on that. I think Classic got something for that. What we do for the Boys in the Hood breakdown?
we do.
Hey, you know. Hey, we got it, man. Then we got to Leave the World Behind, man. I think today's review is going to be a lot more cleaner for y'all. We got a real breakdown on how we want to do it now. I think me and Classic got something super special for y'all, man. We're going to be breaking this down from a sociological, psychological point of view, man, and just giving y'all some information, man, of what we feel about these two films. Like I said, Boys in the Hood can review itself, but we're going to bring y'all some different elements behind it. You know what I mean? But other than that, man, what you got for them? What is it, the film code? It's the film codes over there at the Classic Codes.
Yeah.
And we will be doing a premiere live upload on the Raw Society. We still will have Raw reels too, so be looking out.
Yeah, we on the move. But over here, the only thing going on is the same thing you got going on. As y'all see scrolling across the bottom of the screen before we get into the show, February the 13th in the west suburbs of Chicago, Darien, Illinois, at Q Bar, we are having a live show. We are having a live podcast panel discussion with the crowd, interactive. We got food and drinks. You know, y'all will be able to get your foods and your drinks in your system, get your vibe going, get your Valentine's Day weekend kicked off right. If you single, pull up, meet somebody. If you got somebody, bring a little bit of sand to the beach and y'all rock out. The DJ gonna be playing some dope vibes for y'all to dance to at the intermissions. And in the meantime, in between time, you actually have a concert by myself, so you get your hip hop vibe too. It's gonna be a perfect mix and blend of vibes. So if you can get to the Chicagoland area, or if you're in the Chicagoland area, pull up on us February the 13th, man. That's just something I just had to get out of my system. I ain't want to wait to the end, man. I ain't want to, because the tickets seem to be moving, you know what I'm saying? And God is good, you know what I'm saying?
Sure. All the Chicagoans, you know them Chicagoans. Coming through, man. Them tickets really going. They really moving, man. We appreciate everybody who's tuning in on the Classic Codes, man. Again, shout out to my boy, man. We still got to celebrate. We got to celebrate for the month, man. Monetized Classic, man. This is his month, man. This is the Monetized Classic month, man. My boy doing great things, dog. Like I told him, we've been talking about, we were chatting up before. I was like, dog, even last night, we were like, man, it's going up, dog. We got a lot of big things for y'all. There's some stuff y'all don't know about. You know what I mean? Behind the scenes stuff going on, man. But Raw Society Coalition, dog. Yeah. 2026 is over.
Classic.
Yeah.
Over. I thought people thought we was playing, man.
Yeah, Dodo Duluth. He said, salute, fellas. What up, Dodo? He said, about the DoorDash, fellas, have fun. Hey, throw us in the Bluetooth, man.
Yeah.
Be safe. Go get the money.
Be safe.
Be safe. Yeah, if you anywhere in the Midwest, it's cold as hell, boy. Warm that car up.
Too, dog. We just got our snow down here. You know, they just shut the whole city down. Shut the whole city down. Hey, everybody at home today. You need to call your loved one that live in Texas. They at home today. They at home today.
But yeah, man. So we getting into this Boys in the Hood breakdown. So what we gonna do is we're gonna do a nice clean breakdown. This video gonna be concise, probably about an hour long for y'all, because we got another stream coming with the whole coalition. So yeah, man, we got work to do today. But so with the Boys in the Hood, most people have seen it, so we don't have to recap the film, but we know, you know, it's a classic, hood classic, you know, Cuba Gooding Jr., you know, young Ice Cube, young Morris Chestnut, et cetera, young Lawrence Fishburne, et cetera, et cetera. So the first question we have in regards to Boys in the Hood, what systems, not just characters, are the real villains in these films? And for this one, we'll just say in this film.
Okay. So I would start off, of course, we got classism, racism. I mean, a little bit of everything falls in this one, man. Even from the structure of like psychology, man. Like you go from single parent home. We talk about this all the time. Single parent homes, single mother homes. So it's a lot here, man. And I'll get your take before we dive deep into this first question. So.
Yeah, I mean, what systems, not just characters, are the real villains in these films? Okay, so I'm gonna answer it different. I'm gonna say it's about who's not the real villain in this film. In Boys in the Hood, the police ain't the problem. Now, ain't that something?
Yeah.
In Boys in the Hood, the police ain't the problem. Damn. You know what I'm saying? So when you say what systems, not just characters, are the real villains in these films? I think the movie really points a real sharp arrow at propaganda. The programming of us, right? How they control the masses of us and move us in waves to have us participating in the things that they want us to participate in. And then they always put us in a position, no matter what psychological manipulation is being done to the masses. In this movie, it happens to be Black people, but it's being done to all of us. But whatever is being put into place, what was I gonna say? It's always something. That's what I was gonna say. It's always something that works off of itself. Once we implement this, they'll continue it for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have to keep the foot on the neck. We just gotta put this in their brains, and then it'll run.
It's
run
crazy
like
that you said that though, because the film is built that way. So everything that was talked about, so we're gonna break it down for y'all. So everything that was talked about when they were kids, right? Him having to go live with his dad. You start seeing Doughboy mom telling him, hey, don't, you're gonna be in jail, you're gonna be locked up. You know what I mean? Like then it transitions. After you see Doughboy get arrested for shoplifting, and like everything transitions, and they come back as an adults. Everything had already partook has happened. That everything that the parents said at the beginning, like it's literally the film switched from them being kids, being told what their life was gonna look like, to adulthood. Boom. Doughboy just get out of jail. He got more weight. Like it's like all this stuff is going on. Like it's crazy when you think about it.
Well, does that speak to how powerful the parents' words are?
I think so.
Because if Joe Jackson told his children something when they was little too, and it wasn't you going to jail. Right, it was you gonna be the biggest thing since you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we gonna be selling out arenas like James Brown. We gonna be, you know what I'm saying. He was gassing. So and then look what happened. You know what I mean. So it's like it speaks to that too. I think that's crazy that you brought that up. How what the parents spoke over the children then became.
Yeah.
It's a lot to that movie, man.
It is. It's deep. Like when you watch, you think about like, look how the teacher talked to the mom. You have a job. Are you like and that propaganda that Classic talks about all the time was displayed right there, right? The white woman punched so hard down on the Black woman that she now had to focus on her independence, right? No, I got a degree and I'm about to get this. And like the woman becoming that independent single mom that's very powerful became the most prevalent thing. Got to the point where she was like, you know what? I got to send you to your dad. I got to throw in the towel. I got to send you to your dad. I got things I'm trying to pursue. You got to go.
Yeah. But you know what? It's a decision that more women should make. And you know what was ironic is that Trey had two highly sophisticated parents.
Yep.
Highly sophisticated mother and father. And though they didn't work out, both of them were so bright. You know what I mean? And it radiated through Trey. And it's crazy how it showed itself. So he was so smart that he was bored and frustrated. They showed him in school. They showed him in class. The teacher teaching false history.
Yeah.
He's aware already that it's BS.
Chris, shut him off.
Yeah, I rewatched it. I was rewatching it today. I'm like, damn, this me in school.
Oh yeah.
Drawing, like, man, come on, man. Come on. You come, shorty, come on.
But what did you think about this part though? I don't know if you thought about it, but what did you think about the part that did the mom allow the father to mature to be ready to take on Trey? Because if you heard Doughboy mama, she said he don't even come over here and play cards with us no more. He think he too good for us. You know what I mean? Like, do you think that time that the mom was able to raise the son up to that point was actually healthy for the son because it allowed the dad to kind of go through his, his maturity so that when he got Trey, he was solely ready for Trey?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was telling. I think that was put in there on purpose. You know what I'm saying? I think that he probably did have to become a man. You know what I mean? Because they had Trey young. They had Trey real young. So maybe even if it just took for him to focus on what his career or his income path was going to be. You know what I mean? She seemed to have had it. She was a little stable. She was 30. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? He probably just had to get his bread situated, get his mind right. And stop, like you said, stop kicking it, right? Like maybe he seemed like a man who wanted his son. So he like, okay, I want my son, and I know my child's mama.
Yeah.
She's smart, you know what I'm saying? So she ain't gonna give him to me if I don't get right, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta lock in. So he just locked in. Cause you could tell like he was very principled. Like even from the first day Trey got there, he already knew how he was gonna move with his son. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He foot down off rip, rake these leaves. His son give him a little pushback. Hey, boy, don't. Hey,
yeah.
I tell you do something. That's what it is. He grabbed his luggage for him. You ain't even got to come in the house. Go and get started. You know what I'm saying? And my man was out there. He didn't even get to come in the house when he first moved over there. He had to rake the leaves first. You know what I'm saying? That's that old fashioned though. Like that's when I was young. I used to hate kicking it with my granddaddy when I was a kid. I'm like, man, he always want me to work. We don't hang out.
Cut yard.
Yeah, work ain't kicking it. You feel me? He's like, man, but that's how you make a boy a man. You know what I'm saying? The faster you learn, the faster, the better or whatever. So I don't know, but the systems that were the real villains, I would just say propaganda was the animal. So whoever you want to blame the propaganda on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That's what I got. Let's get through the comments on this first one, and then we go to the next question. So Ricky and Doughboy mom, let's see them niggas in the red car. Mm-hmm. They answering the question. So they saying who the real villains were. Ricky and Doughboy's mom was a villain. Explain. Uncle Plug said them niggas in the red car. Kelvin Jackson said both were the problem. Look, these my fries. TV said spoken into existence. Yep. Power of the tongue. Yep. Sir Lawrence Fishburne killed that role. Absolutely. Conversation with Soft Rain said 333. What up, Softy? Yep. So that was for the first question, man. The chat taking it a little light. Let's see if this one get them going. How does fear shape the character's decisions, and what does that reveal about human nature?
That's a good question. Oh man. How does fear shape the character's decision? And what does that reveal about human nature? So, man, you could take this in so many different ways, right? So, like, because you got to kind of separate a lot of the characters because, like, the lack of fear actually shaped a lot of the negative characters. Like the young boy Chris, when they went and got Chris, y'all want to see a dead body, dog? Like Chris lacked the fear of like going to the hood. He lived, that's what he did. Like he knew the homeboys, like, you know what I mean? Like, so, but then also that lack of fear for Doughboy showed his courage when he stood up for Ricky. You know what I mean? And, he tried to go get the ball back. You know what I mean? Hit the dude with a little low kick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's crazy to think about like fear shaping the character because I don't really think they had too much fear. I think they had a lot of curiosity. But I couldn't say they had a lot of fear because growing up in those times, I mean, the movie opens up, it says that there are going to be more black people, men killed by their own person. And like they already had set the stage for you of South Central, or Cali or whatever they were. So like, it's one of those things that I don't know, man. I think it was more curiosity that would have shaped the characters than fear.
I would say as far as fear shaping the characters' decisions, knee along, prolonging, giving Trey that box. You know, her fear of yeah. If we got to talk about the characters that was afraid, you know, she was afraid of her salvation being in jeopardy, talking about she a Christian and it's against her beliefs and we not married. And she, you know, she really was weaponizing a lot of things against him too. And I didn't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? She telling him, you know, she was making good points, but I didn't like it because it was like she want to do it too. It's the games they play. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. She like, well, I don't want to do it unless it's my husband, and ain't no guarantee we get married, and I don't want to get married till after college. And like, so she put my man on her time, her program, her timing. That's the onset of feminism right there. She weaponized that thing. She weaponized that thing so good he didn't know which way to go. Cause she made a point one time when he was sitting on the steps talking to her. He just had to like, he was just like, man, she got a point. He just sat down next to her, started joking with her, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't get it. You feel me? And I think her decision was based out of fear, but I can't be mad at her. You know, manage that thing well. Take your time with it. See how serious Trey is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I would be a hypocrite to say I'm mad at her, but she definitely was. It was fear based though. Because anytime somebody tell you I'm not doing this because of my religious beliefs, that's normally associated with I don't want to go to hell. You feel me? And that's a fear based thought process.
Yeah. I could say the father had a lot of fear.
Lawrence.
I could say Lawrence had a lot of fear. I think that's why he had so much discipline and so much structure put into place because he knew the environment. You got to think about that first night where Ricky stayed. Dog, he had to shoot through the door.
Yeah,
I mean, he had to shoot through the door, and then his son already had to experience like what those Anton blackness looked like. He experienced it that first night with that black cop. Like,
yeah.
Hey, you kept another nigga on the street. We would have had, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wish you would have hit him. You know what I mean? Like, I think the dad had more fear of like, hey, I gotta really set the tone for my son. Because if I don't, this environment's gonna eat him alive. Ricky wasn't made from the same cloth now. Young Ricky was timid. You think about he was sitting on the porch at Doughboy House. He was scared. Mama, he heard mama yelling. He stepped back. Like Ricky was that kid that had the right friends to, you know, be able to walk around the hood, but he wasn't made for it. You know what I mean? Like he just kind of grew into his own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he wasn't no punk though. Cause look how quick he got into it with Buddy in the classroom. Quick.
Yeah, but it's that.
Whether you like it or not, you from Africa.
I'm from Crenshaw Mafia.
I get my brother to shoot you. I get my daddy. At least I got a daddy. You know what I'm saying? Swung on him. Bow, hit him with the stick. I'm just saying, he wasn't no punk now.
Okay. I'll give you that.
You saying because he got out the car. Now I say that he wasn't no killer. He wasn't that. He wasn't going, you know what I'm saying?
But they say I ain't no killer, but don't push me.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah. I think Ricky. I mean, not Ricky. I think Trey would have threw them hands, but I don't think Trey was going. He wasn't going to pull no trigger. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because remember when they was like, when in the alley, when he was like, we should split up or whatever. He was like, what if we got a squabble? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's better if we together. Like, what if we got to fight? You know what I'm saying? So he was with the hands. But, you know, they wasn't playing with no hands. You know what I mean? They was on a different type of timing. But let me see what the chat's saying. Let me see what they talking about. He knew Trey friends wasn't going to be shit. He let them be a kid. When they got older, he wasn't as patient. Hey, yo, who said something crazy? What you think about that guy getting gunned down in Minnesota by ICE? Oh, here we go. We doing movie review. Oh, great, a couple of blacks. Yeah, for sure. The kind you like too. Stick around. Chanel said, hi, people. What's going on? Welcome back. Welcome back. The lovely. Yep, welcome back. So the next question. What do these movies teach us about identity, race, class, masculinity, and trust? That's a lot.
Yeah.
Let's start with identity. you are your ceiling of potential is as low as you told that it is. And I think a lot of people from childhood never grow up and take that control back. You know, like if you grew up being told you wasn't gonna be shit, I think that puts a low ceiling of potential over you. And then I think a lot of people don't grow into adulthood and realize they can make up their mind that that's not true for their life. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's identity. I think a lot of people's identity is formed through the influences that they receive in childhood, unfortunately. And we don't take the control back at when we actually get control. Because once you grown, you grown.
Yeah. And kind of just to piggyback on what you said, I think the movie shows you that your identity is shaped by your environment. Like your environment will shape your identity. You know what I mean? Like, again, it's the separation of the two. Ricky got to live in a little bit decent area. You know what I mean? So he had a different outlook on life compared to Doughboy and all them and Chris. They lived in it. So their identity became what they lived in. They were like chameleons, man. You know what I mean? Like Chris said, you know, little Chris, man, I got a gun under the bed when my brother gave it to me before he went to the, you know what I mean? Like little Chris' identity was already built in. Like it was built in because of his environment. Like literally, he didn't seem, you know, he didn't seem tough. You know what I mean? Like he never seemed tough. He was just like the joking type, all that. And then, you know, when they get older, he's still that type of way. You know what I mean? So like, but his identity was shaped by the environment. So I would say their identity was shaped by their environment for sure.
And then what did it teach us about race?
See, this is a touchy topic. Because this could go a whole bunch of different ways. Because like it goes back to what a lot of people don't like to hear about Black culture. Because the whole movie is based on us destroying us. There was never a moment where somebody that didn't look like us destroyed us in that movie. Period.
I said the police wasn't the problem this time.
Like it's like, what does it show you about race? Does it this is a touchy topic. This is what a lot of people don't like to talk about, man. A lot of people don't like to hear it.
It's
down on the Black society, you know what I mean?
But it ain't even about punching down. It's about being honest. You know what I'm saying? If we're not transparent about the true problems that exist, then the opportunity to ever resolve them doesn't exist. You know what I mean? So somebody do have to be the bearer of bad news. The reality of us is gross. You know what I mean? And this ain't no punching down. You know, my intentions when I came into content creation was to help. And it's still to help. It's still to help. But you can't do it in the way of telling the truth because, like you said, it gets weaponized against you. Oh, you hate us, or you not with us, or you this, that, and the third. And I guess you got to be very delicate about your tone with it and your wording of it. But the truth of the matter is, like I said at the beginning of this stream, is that they always implement things that work on itself. And I think Boys in the Hood is an excellent depiction of the things that were implemented working on itself. See, there didn't have to be any police intervention in the movie. The one time you see the police, they were showing up to help.
Eating donuts.
Even though they was talking crazy, they were there to help. You know what I'm saying? They weren't there to harass nobody. They wasn't there to overdo nothing. Like all the problems was already built. Lawrence Fishburne depicted it underneath the billboard when he started talking about the liquor stores on every corner and drugs in the hood and the guns and he telling you, like, listen, here's the crazy part. They provide you with, allegedly, all for content. We didn't do our disclaimer. Allegedly, all for content creation purposes and entertainment, of course. But if they provide you with ammunition and arms, they provide you with illegal paraphernalia to partake in for substances. They provide you with liquor stores and churches, a block apart, all over the place. You know, it's clear that we're being manipulated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What does a hood do? It covers something up, right? You know, or some people call it a trap. What is a trap? Something you stuck in. You know, like these terms, like that's what I'm saying. We working on ourselves. So when they put the arms in the hood, we decided to use them to kill each other. We could just have a whole military in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all dropped the guns off thinking we was going to kill each other, and we decided to take them up and wait for y'all to pull up on some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, right?
Just like the cocaine being made into crack.
Yeah.
We've seen it as we can make more money.
Mm-hmm.
If we break this down a little bit lower, you know what I mean? We can make a little bit more off of this, you know what I mean? And it's going to kill you, you know what I mean?
And everybody that you care about. So I think it showed the truth about how much the Black race is taught to work against itself.
Yeah.
And how little we are effective at reverse engineering that thought process. Mm-hmm. That's my best way to put it. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think the title? So now that it's crazy when you start talking about stuff. Now talking about it, I almost feel like the title was programming. Because when you think about it, those boys did become men. But it talks about the boys in the hood. Like, I think that's what they're literally talking to us about the lack of maturity, the lack of growth that goes on. Like, Doughboy and them got older, but they never matured. They never grew from the boy mindset to a man mindset. So all their actions were boys' actions. Trey, on the other hand, and Ricky, because Ricky was about to go to college, play ball.
Yeah.
Those two grew up from boys to men.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? But when you think about the boys in the hood, everything that was encountered was something that a young boy would do.
True. Because Ricky was a father.
Yeah.
You know, and then Trey he had good influences in the house, you know. It is interesting. Let me get to a couple of these before we go to class. Black Mona in the chat, she said, had Trey lived with his mom, his identity would have been different. He ended up being raised by his dad.
Agree.
I agree. Rigid Vibrations. What up, Rigid? He said, these movies force us to think a certain way. This is how we identify ourselves when a Black person on TV.
That's right.
Propaganda. Roxy said, hey, what's up, Roxy? She said, hit that like button, subscribe, and share. It's free for sure. Please do. Black Mona Lisa said, they had street mindset. Rigid says, you don't think about shooting nobody because someone stepped on your shoes until you seen it.
That's so true, dog. You cooking today, Richard. Appreciate
it. Look, we on something he like. Look, he's like, I don't know about this sports. We talking about something he like today. Hey, man, appreciate you pulling up, Richard. So what you think this movie says about class?
I would say middle class and broke, or what's the word I want? They're linear. Like there is no really true separation. Like there's not too much separation from a person who lives in the hood and a person who lives in the middle class. Like it's not really because you see it today, right? Like you can live in a great neighborhood and still have to go to school with kids who are like what Trey had to deal with in school.
Yeah.
Like class doesn't really separate you anymore. You know what I mean? It doesn't really, there's no true, like when you travel the world, like when you go to different countries, guys, there's poor and rich.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as middle class.
Nah.
You see people hanging, drying their clothes on the electric lines in the middle of a highway in Kuwait. Then you go to Kuwait City and they got gold-plated malls with Tom Ford, and you can park at the bottom of the mall and your car get lifted up to the store. Like two different worlds, dog. And nobody giving the other one a helping hand. You know what I mean? Two different worlds, dog. So like I would say, that's the biggest thing I've seen about class. It just shows you that it's linear. Like they actually are in line with each other. There's no real true separation in America.
So could you kind of say it's the same then, poor and rich? Ain't that what you kind of saying?
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody asked me today in the gym. He asked me today. We was getting ready. We was wrapping our hands, and he said, "Hey, what?" He said, "For people who are entrepreneurs," he said, "is like going through a broke phase part of the process." And he wasn't implying that he was broke. He was just asking, you know. he was just saying like, is that like really a thing? Because he's heard a lot of entrepreneurs talk about the ups and the downs, and I was like, yeah, man. Ain't no way around it, gang. Yeah, you're gonna be hurting for certain. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, ain't no, you know what I mean? Like, it happens, bro. Like, it ain't. I don't even know if it's. I really don't know a path without it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta know that. And then I was like, but then he was like, but what is broke for real? And then I thought it made me think, right? Because he asked me what is broke, and I tried to define. I'm trying to think how I wanted to define it, and I really was like, honestly, broke is just a lack of financial literacy mixed with like a certain mentality.
I would say, yeah,
that's really what broke is for real. Like a certain mindset mixed with a lack of financial literacy, that combination is broke. Because no matter what fortune you come into, you gonna smoke it. It don't even matter. You get the lottery for $1 billion and go broke. I promise you. You gonna overdo it. You gonna tweak. You gonna make no investments. You gonna go buy stuff that milk your money. Like people who be like, oh yeah, if I get that type of money, I'm gonna buy a yacht. Ain't did no research on yacht maintenance, yacht upkeep, storing the yacht at the port. Yeah. All that, man. That's yachts, man. Them joints guzzle money. Just like people don't. But you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. So like. It just makes me think about that. And going back to this, talking about class, like a lot of the people are, because you see they don't have much.
Yeah.
But look at how everybody dressed when they out. They got the new Reebok pumps on. Everybody got the ball cap, matching the jacket, matching the, like, they dress like a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? But they don't have much. So the few little dollars y'all was able to put together, I'm going to wear it. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it on my body. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna have it in my pocket. I ain't gonna put it in no interest-bearing account. I ain't gonna, you know what I mean? And so when I think about class, I think about that too. Like it works on itself, man. Like it really works on itself. Like even look at that Lawrence Fishburne's character. Like, okay, you work a reasonable job, you got your head on straight, you educated. Why you still live there this long? Like 7 years later, y'all should have moved. Because the movie, it fast forward 7 years later. Why y'all still in the hood? Like you got some information, but maybe it was philanthropic, right? I want to stay in this area so to affect change with my people or whatever the case may be. We don't know.
But if you think about it, it's really a smart move though.
To stay in the hood because it's lower income, but it's dangerous though. The danger.
Yeah, but I feel like, does danger really follow you if you know how to move correctly?
His son, what I mean? His son, though?
It's a tough call, man. Because
our parents got us out the hood. We lived in the hood.
Oh, we did too. Yeah.
I'm talking about. I mean, I'm sure you lived in the hood, but maybe I'm talking about 5 years old looking out the window, SWAT raiding the house across the street directly.
Look up the city. Look up the Northwood and Grivet Drive apartments where we live. 1815. 2000 Grivet Drive. Look it up. Hey, look at that.
SWAT raiding the house directly across the street. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Yeah, I'm talking about that. You think you watching the set of a movie take place across the street, boy. I said, damn, my mama, get below the window. In case they start shooting, you know what I'm saying?
It was crazy for us, Classy, because where we live, right, like pretty much like diagonally, probably less than a mile away was the Cattle Correction Center. Mm-hmm. So like everybody who lived in the apartment complex, like it was almost like a flex to get out of jail. They walking home because it's literally a walk. So and they would have the orange, at that time it was the orange slippers. So you would see the cat come home in the orange slippers, like literally walking from prison, like walking from jail, dog, like doing a little bid, everybody waiting for him in the backside of the parking lot. Like my boy Red, Troy, all them, man, like you seen it. Like it was almost like it was glorified. Like, yeah. I did that, you know what I mean? I did my little year, you know what I mean? Came on home, Red come back, 20 pounds of muscle on him, you know what I mean? For real, Red. Shout out to Red, man. Red with it there about looking like a little stick. Came home just yo. Yeah. You know, like so it's crazy when you think about it, man. I'll tell you about it. I know I was blessed to have a mom and a father, dog.
Yeah.
It was no way I wouldn't have fell into that system being without a father, dog. There's no way. There's no way, man.
Yeah. I can see that. I feel the same way. You know, I told you my father. I mean, y'all already met my dad. Y'all met me. So
yeah.
Same nigga. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's my dog. Entrepreneurs, I just got the phone with him. Entrepreneurs lose a lot first before they win a whole lot. That's facts. But they got to go through it though. The fact that Trey's dad stayed in the hood is probably because he had the mentality that he's not letting anyone run him away from his home. There are a lot of older people like that. That's true too. That's true too. Passport Sco 333. What up, Sco? We breaking down boys in the hood. All right, let's this one still has some more left to it. It's still some more meat on the bone. So masculinity. What did this movie teach us about masculinity? I think I'll start with this one. I think it taught us that true masculinity is balance. If you look at Lawrence Fishburne's character, he exhibited balance. There were moments where he needed to be compassionate. There was moments where he needed to be full on aggressive, shooting the gun straight through the door, potentially, harming whoever it was. Right? I got to protect my house, my family, my child, and then there was also, you saw him being a player too. Hey, so-and-so mama said you cute. I'll tell her she don't never say nothing to me when she see me at church. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, it was everything going on. You feel me? And then look, he knew how to he getting the, hey, Pops, can you tighten up my fade? Man knew how to cut his son hair. You know what I'm saying? Like true masculinity is just coming.
Wrist on, keep it a wrist.
Yeah. He was meditating. He could feel it. He feeling his energy. I know my son outside trying to do something crazy. I need my son to come home tonight, but he know he can't do nothing about it either. You know what I'm saying? Like that, just harboring that energy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the difference between a man and a woman right there. That's why we got to call it masculinity, because a woman in that situation, Trey done jumped out the window. He done came home trenched in blood. He done jumped out the window, hopped in the low rider. You feel me? Mom's is probably irrational. She might hop in her car, riding around South Central. I got to find my baby, you know what I'm saying? Get herself in a line of some real anything, you know what I'm saying? If that's a woman in that situation, it plays out totally different. But yeah, I think that's what I take from it, and that's the character that I look at. I look at Lawrence Fishburne's character when I think about it. That's the first character that came to mind.
And then just to kind of give you guys a different view, because Lawrence really is the only one you can look at. So look at it from the other side of the token is that the lack of masculinity, what it creates. I think that's the biggest side that you can see, right? Like the lack of like emotional intelligence that Ricky and their mom had just talking to her kids was the same lack of emotional intelligence her children had. Like the lack of masculinity created their downfall because they didn't have masculinity. Like, and it also shows the world that women are so emotional. Like this woman's so emotional that she can't even speak to her son with respect. She's comparing her son to his low down, dirty daddy. Like think about that. You know what I mean? So like, it's just crazy when you think about it. Like, I think, like you said, you hit it right on the head, but I think also just the lack of masculinity, it shows up very, very heavy in the movie. So
yeah, even Ricky's overreaction to being bumped into. Hey man, what's wrong with you? Like he just turned right up 0 to 100.
That's kind of crazy. Like even the lack of protection that Ricky had.
I mean, Doughboy was right there.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like just the like now, dog, the hood won't really touch the star like that no more.
Yeah, but it looked like they was rival gangs though.
Yeah.
It appeared because look, they clearly, I think they was from a Crip neighborhood because Trey car was royal blue. And Doe would wear black and white, but he always wore that Raiders hat. I don't know what that mean in LA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then Ricky's school was blue. So he used to wear his blue jacket around, but we know in LA, they play colors out there.
Yeah.
So school or not, you know what I'm saying? He's just moving around blued out. You feel me? And the brothers that they got into it with, all red. Red everything, red turtleneck, red snapback, red. So, without saying it, seemed like it was, gang vibes. So off the rip, they never expressly said it, but it's like you could presume it, and they ain't dress them like that for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think it has something to do with the gang activity type situation, and like you said, they really didn't touch the star. But if your brother is rolling and we, you know what I'm saying, it's like We don't care if you running back or quarterback or none of that. You finna be, you know what I mean? Mortuary. That's what they was on. So it's like, yeah. But I think that was a real feminine interaction too. You know what I'm saying? Even it was one overreaction to the next. You feel me? So they clearly wanted an issue because he bumped into Rick on purpose. So he wanted an issue. You feel me? Rick's overreaction though, and then followed by Doughboy's overreaction. Right. So Rick, what's wrong with you? They turn around. Is it a problem? Doughboy jump out the car, let everybody know he brandished his weapon. I'll shoot the joint up. Okay. So that's the second overreaction by brothers with the same mama that you just pointed out.
Yeah.
And then they go to the car and grab a semi-automatic and sound like it had a switch on it. And he go let some rounds off in the air. That's another overreaction. Ain't nobody got a daddy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, and it just escalated from there. And ultimately lead to a fatherless child because Ricky got hit.
Yeah,
and then if them men got if them men had children, all of them, you know what I'm saying? They, Doughboy went and killed the whole set.
Yeah.
So it's like, you feel me? Like yeah. So and then what does the movie teach us about trust?
I think, and this, I know a lot of people, it probably go over people's head, but like, I think sometimes you got to trust people who don't live the same lifestyle you live. Like when you think about, I mean, all their stuff started as kids, dog. Like Doughboy told Ricky, man, don't bring that ball, bro.
Yeah.
Like your brother literally telling you, like, bro, don't bring that ball, bro. Like you already know what it's gonna be like. Just don't bring the ball. Just a lack of something that small, that lack of trust. Like, you know what, my brother's, he ain't bothered. He ain't trying to tell me what to do. He's really trying to tell me, like, hey, we trying to go have a good day in the hood today. Just don't bring that ball, dog.
Yeah.
Don't bringing that ball. He ended up getting punched, kicked. Then, like, so like you think about it, man, like, and his brother even knew, like, his daddy gave him that ball, man. Like, he understand, like, Doughboy understood the sentiment of everything, even as a kid.
Yeah.
But the lack of trust because of the way they live life. You know what I mean? They were in the same household, but treated totally different.
Yeah.
Doughboy getting cussed out, brushing his hair. Ricky come in with a Pop-Tart in the mouth. Mama, oh, there go my baby. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I just think it's one of those things that I think sometimes you have to trust those, even though they might not be living the same lifestyle as you. Because some of the greatest wisdom could come, because that's how I grew up. Like in the hood where we grew up, the gang members always told us, hey, don't do this though. This ain't the way you want to go. Like we were never told, like back in the day, real gang members, they didn't bring young kids into that stuff. They knew the life they were living. Like I was always told, hey man, go in the house, bro. It's about to get, hey, go in the house. Hey, they help my mom carry groceries in. Like but we trusted them too, though. You see what I mean? We got to trust somebody to have them bringing groceries into your house.
Yeah.
Knowing that they about to go kill somebody in like the next 2 days or so. Like,
yeah,
that's trust. Like,
yeah.
And it's different. That's something that my mom and dad taught me, that like everybody might not live the same way you do, but that doesn't mean you can't have some form of trust in that person. I know you think totally different, but
no, I didn't even think. Yeah, that's a definitely a unique take on how this movie teaches trust. I'm trying to think of I'll go the opposite approach then. I think over trust. Yeah, I think too much trust, right? I don't know who else could speak to this or testify to this in the chat, but when we lived in the hood, we didn't have like free run like that. I don't want to call us sheltered, but to a degree. Like me and my brother definitely wasn't like running the block, and I never make it sound like that. Like if we was running the block, it's because we literally was outside playing, like running. You know what I'm saying? Like we wasn't in the, like we had our interactions, because when you live in that environment, you gonna have your interactions. It is what it is. Like it ain't no avoiding it. You feel me? But aside from that, we wasn't into the shit. You feel me? Like we weren't. And it's because of how our parents, you know what I'm saying? Like if okay, so my grandfather owned like 70% of our block.
Yeah.
So if the tenants that he know in his units wasn't on their porch, because he rented to a lot of elderly folks. So like if them folks wasn't on their porch, we had to play in the back. If Miss So-and-so, Mr. Such and such, like, you know, the houses was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't know how the city blocks is in Chicago, but like the way the houses is like house, gangway, how it's two flats, these two flats. So it's multiple people in each unit. So it's a base unit, upstairs unit, and then some people will use their basement if they had it situated. So like, yeah, so you got a bunch of renters, right? Or people who own they joint and they rent one of the other units they ain't living in. So boom, so the units that he owned, that my uncle stayed up the street, my auntie stayed next door, we stayed next door on the other side, and then my grandparents stayed in the middle. He owned all them cribs. He owned some houses across the street. So he owned half our block, right? So certain people wasn't sitting outside, G, you got to go play in the back. Yeah, y'all play in the backyard. Yeah, ain't no, because directly across the street from us, Four Corner Hustlers, body snatcher unit. You know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing about what. Yeah, and then right next to that unit, vacant lot, just open, and the vacant lot go from the street straight back to the alley. You see what I'm saying? Now that could be used to get away or to come pull up. You see what I'm saying? That work a lot of different ways. You feel me? And then we had a vacant lot. So yeah, certain people wasn't outside, them elders wasn't, and they'll make everybody need to go in the house. Because it'd be a situation where they done slid and did some shit. Yeah. And it might be some heat coming through the block. You see what I'm saying? That ain't nobody asked for. But they're going to give you the courtesy, like, you know, it's hot. It's hot. Hey, listen, I'll tell you, I ain't going to do too much, but because I don't want to dox myself. But if bullet holes in the front stoop, you know what I'm saying? Like my mama had to push us in the house carrying groceries because somebody sliding right. Our street was a one-way. I'm talking about they'll drive up the one-way, shooting up the one-way. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro. Like we can So when I watch Boys in the Hood, I'm like, all that free run they had as kids to just be walking a mile away from the crib, boy. We wasn't doing that. We might not even be here. It was dangerous like that. Just even though it's me, my brother, even if me, my brother, my cousin, and then my big cousin, if we all go walk together, it still ain't okay. No, y'all not stay on our block. Don't go past Uncle Bill crib. Period. You feel me? I catch your ass past that stop sign. It's gonna be, and then might as well slide on our block. Me and my brother, we almost got pressed in the vacant lot. Some shorties who have free run like Doughboy and them. They come. This turned into hood tales. Me and my brother in the vacant lot. We playing baseball, just the two of us. They come over there 5 strong. On our block though. You feel me? My brother got the little plastic baseball bat. I ain't got nothing. You feel me? Now he the big brother. He's supposed to get us out this pickle. I'm following his lead. He ready to squabble. It's 5 of them, 2 of us. I'm little. I'm 3 years younger than him. He little. You feel me? It's our block. He understood, like you said, Doughboy. He understood like this our block. So we outnumbered. But shit, even if we got to take an L right now, like we can't go for this. Yeah, we can't go for this. I ain't get it. I knew we was outnumbered. I'm like, shit, we got to skedaddle. Bro, they start we in a vacant lot. It's broken bottles, it's rocks, it's bricks, it's, you know what I'm saying? This shit can get real bad. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I want to tell you, I'm like 5, maybe 4 or 5 years old. Yeah. I'm little, bro. Like I'm not these kids his age. He like, what's up? They throwing rocks. He trying to hit him with the bat. I'm like, that's not baseball. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? you feel me? Like that hood shit get real, bro.
But he had to show you what masculinity looked like.
Nah, he did. He
had to show you, little bro, hey, we might take a L today, but we're gonna stand strong. We're gonna stand strong.
But you know how he learned it? Some dudes came to our door looking for our cousin. He tried to get out of the gang. You know you can't get out. Yeah. So it's only one way out. So he tried to get out. You know, lucky for him, he moved, you know what I'm saying, and never got touched. He moved away, you know what I'm saying, with some family out of state. But they was looking for him. You know what I'm saying? They was looking for him. You want to get out? All right, we're going to show you the exit. You know what I'm saying? They come to our door, press us. Boys in the Hood, this is turning the hood tales, y'all. Follow me. So they come to the door, press us. They got them things showing. You know what I'm saying? All of them strapped.
Yeah.
My brother go to answer the door. We live upstairs in the 2 flat. So he come down, open the first door, and then there's the door to get into the foyer to where you go into either unit. So they at the front door. So he come out that door, he go to the front door. My pops come down behind him, obviously. He not letting them answer the door by himself. He come behind them. He opened the door. What's going on? The fact that he even opened the door for him, but obviously he kind of had to. The framework of the door is glass. They see him, see them.
Yeah.
If he just go turn around and try to go back in the house, they could have, you feel me? But so he opened the door. What's going on? They asked for my cousin by name. He like, he ain't here. One dude stepped forward. You sure? My pop stepped forward. Pushed my brother back behind him. I said he ain't here. Now, mind you, my dad ain't a nobody. He's not a nobody.
Yeah.
So they know they talking to something. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna leave that right there. You feel me? But he hit him with the, I told you he ain't here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's going to be something, it's going to be something. Now, I don't even think he had that fire on him. I'm going to be real with you. I don't even know if he had that fire on him. I don't know who he thought was at the door.
He just took a bluff. He
couldn't go for it. And my boy right here, you know what I'm saying? So he you know what I'm saying? He let him know, like, they all right. You know what I'm saying? I hate to find out different. He said, I hate for y'all to come back. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you, my dad a cold, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Jesus. Hey, look, so my brother learned how to hold the line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That translates, bro. It's this movie, it say a lot. Like, you being in the inner city, me being in the inner city, like, we know what it is, bro.
Yeah.
Lessons that's valuable that you get out of that, but it's a whole lot of nonsense.
Hey, isn't it funny though that your dad had to match they crazy?
Yeah, well,
but regardless how it was gonna go down, like, yeah, I would hate for you to come back.
Yeah,
like so now one of us gonna second guess it, right?
Yeah.
Should I come back?
No.
You know what I mean? Like, so like sometimes you gotta match people energy, dog. Sometimes you gotta match people. Like, sometimes you gotta match people. We'll talk about that later, though. But sometimes you gotta match people energy, dog.
Yeah.
And be okay. It'd be okay. Every L ain't a bad L, dog.
Nah.
As long as you don't lose your life, you straight.
Yeah. Real talk. Look, my dog. Look, he done came and joined us. What's going on? Oh, you want to add? What up, Ted?
Yo.
What's happening with it, brother?
Not too much.
About to get to this last question. We supposed to knock this out in an hour. We're gonna have to speed it up. Yeah. We got if these films were made today or 20 years from now, what would change and what would stay the same?
I think that movie's timeless. People are still living the Boys in the Hood right now. Like, I don't think nothing would have to change. I think everything would stay the same. I think everything would stay. I don't see anything in that movie that it's not realistic today, which is sad to say that, but like, I just don't see anything there. I think you probably would just see 2 black cops stepping out the car instead of 1. I don't see too much that would change though.
That's facts, souls.
Yeah, I really like that's about it. Yeah, 2 black cops would be talking to you stupid. That's about it. Like, I don't think that it would change, dog. Like, it's sad to say, dog. It's truly sad to say.
I think a lot about the females would change.
You think they'll be easier?
That would. That would. You would get a lot more promiscuity in the movie.
I'm thinking about the movie in its totality. I think with the way Lawrence Fishburne and Angela Bassett, Trey's mother and father's characters were set up, I think they dabble with each other a little bit. I think that gets depicted. I think they dabble with each other a little bit, a little back and forth play, because they didn't hate each other. They didn't hate each other at all. I think Nia Long's character and Trey's character, I think their interaction over her virtue is different, right? I think that interaction goes different. I think the way that she ends up ultimately giving it up is different. I think all of that's different. I don't think he has to work that much for it. I'm trying to think about Doughboys now.
No, he wouldn't have had to work at all. She would have gave it to him. She would have came for him. The way society is right now is they are the ones that are hunting.
I can see
they're
that.
going to get when they want. Like, it's crazy when you think about it. For example, social media posting, right? All that social media posting and thirst trapping that they do is them hunting. And the guys think, oh, it's just for attention. That is not for attention. She posted this for the specific person that she know is on her timeline. And when he responds, that's when she going to release whatever she got going on. She might delete the post just after he saw it. But she posting it for one person. She want that or the 5 people she's messing with. You know, there's a you know, the dichotomy there. But that's what's going on. You're 100% right about that. I feel like she would have been going after him if he was somebody to be valued. She would have been going after him in today's society.
But I will say, Doughboy and Ricky's mother would be the same. Yeah. But instead of cigarettes, it probably would have been some cannabis, allegedly for content creation purposes and entertainment. That's what I think. You probably swap out some of the paraphernalia, but yeah, for the most part, though, I think the happenings and the way some of the things played out, I think you could pretty much. It's timeless. It's close enough. It's close enough. Yeah. But yeah, let's move, man. Let's move. We moving into our next film, which is Leave the World Behind. And for this one, we actually gonna have fun. Okay, so we're gonna play a quick little trailer for y'all, and then we're gonna do some fun questions that kind of just, you know, push the envelope a little bit. Let's get it.
I went online this morning and I rented us a beautiful house out by the beach. I figured if I made the reservation and packed our bags, it would eliminate most of the reasons to say no.
Oh, this is nice. Kids look so happy.
The Wi-Fi isn't working. Get a pad.
I'm so sorry to bother you, but this is our house.
This is your house?
We were driving back to the city, then something happened.
You want to stay here, but we're staying here. We need to get them out of here.
We need to think everything's gonna be okay.
Everything is gonna be okay, isn't it?
We are seeing ongoing cyber attacks across the country.
Something is happening, and I don't trust them.
Everything I know, I have told you.
I don't believe you.
I would do anything to protect my family. What you do is your business.
Get in the car right now!
Haven't you been picking up on what's going on out there?
Whatever it is, it's happening to all of us.
I just want to know, what is the truth?
So there you have it, man. That was the trailer for Leave the World Behind. We got some good questions that my boy Classic was able to cook up. I think it's going to bring some fun moments to today's video to close it out. So let's get it.
All right, so the first one, we're going to try to be as concise as we can because we do have another stream for y'all, okay? We're not shortening it up so we can go away. We shorten it up so we can reload, all right? So let's shotgun these, all right? So Leave the World Behind. Everybody has covered breakdowns of this movie and what it really means. We know it was produced by the Obamas. For me, it was a big-ass whistle blow. For anybody else that's woke and enlightened, big-ass whistle blow. Everybody else, just cinema. Cool. So question number 1, the blackout test. If the grid went down right now, no internet, no phones, no GPS, no news, which type of people would survive the first 72 hours and why? And who panics first? Anybody can answer. Let's try to keep them short.
Poor black people would survive. The rich white people would panic.
And which type of people suffer the most casualties? Monkey wrench. First 72 hours. Which type of people? It don't have to be ethnicity. Like you did, you know, it could be class, it could be whatever. Which type of people?
I would say the wealthy. I would say the wealthy.
The wealthy would have the most casualties? Within 72 hours? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna push back on that, but I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. Tez, what's up? Talk to me.
What's going on? So this is one of my favorite movies. I probably watched it 11 times, which is more than I watch anything in this life. Let me tell you, I don't think it's going to be the wealthy that are going to have the most cash. I think it's going to be the upper middle class. I think the
Okay.
upper middle class they're in closer proximity to quote unquote average people. As you are well aware of, wealthy people have a lot of systems in places so that they can live the creature comforts off the grid away from everybody else. For example, they have the Tesla power cells that can literally be repowered solarly to where they can have electricity living in the middle of the woods for however long they want. They might have 200, 300 acres of land that they live on, including their own farms. And that's one of the common misconceptions about the ultra wealthy. The ultra wealthy, unless you're in like California, New York, or Chicago, or not even Texas, because most of them live on the ranches by themselves. You know what I mean? Like unless you're one of the major big three cities, you probably are not going to be having that many issues because you have everything that's self-sustained on your own. You're living off well water. Your systems run autonomously, free of the government, and that's how they do things. They can live in the mountains if they wanted to, away from everybody. How many people are going to climb a mountain to get to somebody's stuff?
Right. Which type of people survive? Which type of people survive the first 72 hours?
Probably the most physically fit. People who are off of like medications that they need electricity for, because if you have to rely on the power grid to survive, you're probably going to lose. You're probably going to die pretty quickly if you have to rely on the power grid to survive, because the power grid is going to be done. It's going to be gone within the first 5 or 6 hours. There are no fail safes on anybody's power grid to stop that from happening. Like you will be generally without power, even if a telephone pole falls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think those people are going to be the first ones to go.
So who panics first?
Probably all the paper pushers, people in offices, buildings every single day. That's their lifestyle. People who need the internet to survive. Those people like, oh, I don't know where I'm at. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what to do. Or as the movie showed you, people who drive government sponsored vehicles like Tesla.
Okay.
You
said government sponsored. I got you. All right. So question number 2. Well, no, let me push back on this first. I never answered it. I think the type of people that survive first are the most savage. Whoever's willing to understand what needs to be done has to be done. Whoever start moving like that first are probably going to put themselves in the most advantageous position. And that's just what it is. The people who showing up asking still within the first 72 hours, they're going to find themselves in some hard, situations potentially. The people who first realize that cash no longer has value, that your little debit card means nothing today. The people who realize that like damn near immediately, they're going to put themselves in the most advantageous situation to get past the 72-hour mark. The delayed people, we're going to hunker down, the hunker downers. I think those people will be in a state of panic probably first. And that panic is what's going to make them sit tight. We have some water, we have some blah, blah, blah. And then they're going to go off hope and prayer, right? The system is going to come back up. I'm sure it'll just be a couple of days. We have enough here for a week. We have enough, they're not thinking about a whole bunch of shit. They're not thinking about being able to board their house up if they need to. They're not thinking about weapons to protect themselves from people who don't got enough shit in their house that's finna come see if you got some shit in your house. They're not thinking about, it's a lot of stuff they're not thinking about. You need to go outside. I don't care how prepped you think you are. A trip to Bass Pro will help you. And a trip to Home Depot will help you a lot. Y'all run into the grocery store, we could figure some food out. I need to be able to protect whatever I do got. You know what I'm saying? Because there ain't gonna be no law. But yeah, that's my.
The grocery store is the worst place to even go during one of these situations. You're gonna get killed there. That's just how it goes. The grocery store is the first place they panic. We found this out during any of the major hurricanes, but also at the beginning of the pandemic, we found what happens when the grocery store supplies seem to be scarce. People start having fights. There was a lot of arrests around that time, and there wasn't even enough officers on the street to take care of the people that were causing issues inside of those stores during the pandemic. People were hoarding toilet paper, if you remember. They were having fights. Like, could you imagine that being on somebody's record? They got arrested for toilet paper fights.
I love the whole toilet paper thing. It just let me know how much I'm gonna flourish when it start looking all Book of Eliish outside. I'm gonna flourish because if they can get y'all fools to think toilet paper is a valuable resource during a shutdown, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win for sure. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably have a whole state to myself. Yeah. They gonna be calling me King Lord Classic. I'm gonna have. I'm yeah. It's sweet. Yeah. But number 2, trust versus control. In a total system collapse, who do you trust more? Strangers with information or people with resources? And at what point does self-preservation turn into paranoia? Tez, you can go ahead and go first on that.
I mean, to be honest, I'm gonna have to trust the people with information. You can't really trust the people with resources. They're gonna lie to you. I mean, I'm gonna tell you why I know this, because I would lie to you if I had the resources and this type of a situation. I would lie to you. I pretend I'd have nothing, but at the same time, you're gonna tell me, "Oh yeah, these people got this over here." I'm gonna help you go get what they got. I'm gonna take from me too, but I'm not gonna let you know I got anything. I think the people with resources already don't let people know what they have. In today's society, the people with the real resources, you don't know what they really got, but they got it.
Okay, and then at what point does self-preservation turn into paranoia?
It doesn't.
Shit, for you.
Self-preservation can't turn into paranoia unless. And what do you mean by paranoia? Because are you talking about the guy that's boarded up in a room by himself, or are you talking about the people that's like don't trust nobody?
Yeah, I mean they're both paranoia.
Well, I'm gonna lean on the side of the guy that's like don't trust anybody ever for anything. Don't even trust me. That has to be a thing.
I mean that's paranoia though. So at what point does that set in?
If you're smart, immediately.
That's more my answer. Yeah, that's more what I was.
Yeah,
thinking.
if you are situationally aware, that's going to set in immediately. And to be honest, I have that now when it comes to people. I don't like sitting in restaurants where I can't see the door. You know what I mean? I don't like being in open places where there is no exit. Like that situation in Chi-Town in the 90s with E2, early 2000s, never would have been in there. Never would have been in there. Not even once. Looking at the fact that there was one exit for all these people. It's 2,000 people in here, packed in like sardines in a 2 flat. You think I'm about to be in here? No.
Yeah.
No. True. I need an emergency exit. You know, I need a place to stash. You know, whatever I need to stash. All of that.
Yeah. I would say, Souls, what you think? You trusting the stranger with information or the people with resources?
I'll definitely trust a stranger with information. I think people with information would tend to come together more. I think people who have resources, they're trying to protect that resource. So the resource actually becomes more of the threat than the information.
And at what point does self-preservation turn into paranoia?
I think for me, it would be if I lost someone close to me during the self-preservation.
Okay. So then you'll be super tweaking.
Yeah, because at that point, I'm now solely protecting just me.
Yeah, and now you got it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yes, you and your family, whatever you got to do, you got to protect y'all.
Yeah.
They said in the chat the homeless will come up in this scenario. That was Rigid. Thank you, Rigid. Roxy said the roofless would survive. Yep. Uncle Plug TV, you right. Say Love. What Say Love say? Oh, this is a good movie. His daughter is a tough girl. Oh, for sure. Conversation with Soft Rain. People with military training will survive the longest.
Some of them, not all of them.
Depends. Depends. I'm gonna tell y'all why in a minute when we get to the end. Shows the importance of basic survival skills. Oh yeah.
More than that. More.
Go ahead.
Did either one of y'all brothers watch The Walking Dead, like when it was good?
I did. Yeah, I watched probably like the first.
Do you remember a character named Negan in his community?
Yeah.
So you remember when Rick and all of them met Negan and them, they wanted to be all kumbaya at first. And then Negan set them up and started killing off their members. And the one thing that always stuck with me was when Negan got captured and told Rick, he said, You and me are exactly the same. The only difference is I had the balls to do what you never could.
I remember.
He said, my people want to survive. He said, you keep losing people.
Yeah, Negan is the reason why I stopped watching that show, because when they caught him, when they finally had him tied up at the tree and they spared him, I stopped.
I
never
me
watched.
You talked about this.
Yeah, I never watched.
Classic. We talked about this. Negan.
I never watched it after.
Them sparing Negan was the end of the show for me.
Yeah, I'm cool. What we
he
doing?
Had to go.
What we
he
doing?
Had to go.
Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, whatever civilization y'all finna reestablish is built on too much grace for me. Number 3, the comfort trap. The movie shows people clinging to comfort, vacation homes, routines, entitlement. Would comfort make you slower to adapt or smarter?
Oh, definitely slower. I think that's what the issue is now. Like you said, like even during I think the pandemic showed that. Like, but then the smart people, which are usually some of the wealthy people, they looked at it as an opportunity to double down on getting more money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now people won't even leave their house. Everybody door dashing, Instacart. Like people don't even want to leave no more. So like it's like, yeah, I definitely think they'll be slower to adapt.
Tez, what you think?
The more comfort you have, the weaker you become. That's one of the things that I talk about with people in their gyms. Like I see people I spend $150 a week. Oh, I $150 a month on the gym, so I could go there and I do this and I do that. And I mean, you collect the spa, and I'm like, okay, but what is that doing for you when it comes time for the battle? Ain't no eucalyptus spa in the battle. Your recovery is going to be based on eucalyptus plants and sitting inside somebody's steam room when you really should be hitting that hard iron. You really should be in that pool swimming. You know, you really need to be running. They got a whole gym where you can take laps. Why are you on the treadmill?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I call them, there's a difference between cosmetic strength, which a lot of people are cosmetically strong. But when you have field strength, you're going to outmatch any of those cosmetic guys. So all the cosmetic muscle dudes, good luck. Your supplements are no longer available because GNC no longer exists. Now what do you turn into?
Yeah, I'm with you, Tez. Definitely give me the dude that's training in the gym that don't have no windows and they always keep the fan off. And the AC been broke. The AC been broke since 1998. Give me the dude that training there. Yeah, I'm putting my money on him. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Our boxing coach is like this, right? So we have an industrial gym, an industrial full boxing gym, professional boxing gym. You've seen my gym. We got everything. He don't turn that heat on. He don't turn that air on. It can be 100 degrees outside. He gonna say, open the garage door. It ain't nothing but you know the inferno blazing through that garage door while we already sweating.
Yeah.
And in the winter, it's the same thing. One time it was -4 degrees. He opened the gym door. Said, "Oh, y'all gonna be sweating." Everybody looking at him like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "No, you're here to get tough. Open that door. Open it up. Let it in here with us. The heat's not coming on today. Yeah, you in your shorts. You in your tank top. Go ahead. Wrap up."
No, you got it. Y'all tougher than me. I'm not training in -4. Close that door. You tweaking.
Bro, it was terrible. It was terrible. But I'll tell you this much.
My pores open and shit. Close that door, man.
My endurance got really, really good during that time in my life, though. He knew what he was doing.
That's how it was at a lot of CrossFit gyms I went to.
I'm cool. -4. You know, hey, Souls,
there'll be warehouses. So like you just kind of, they ain't having like no central heat or air. So whatever the element was, that's what you felt inside.
Nah, they get -4 out there.
I'm talking about in when I was in Ohio.
Oh yeah.
What's today? Saturday. They in the gym right now because it's 3 in the afternoon. They in the gym right now, and I guarantee you that garage door is open, and coach is sitting there while all them people are training right now.
I got a video last year or the year before. I ran in -2 degrees on MLK Day in DC, in the snow, ice, everything.
Y'all got it.
It builds character.
I'm never gonna have to fight in that.
Yeah, my mile run yesterday. I did a mile run yesterday morning in this weather. It was -12.
I went to the gym.
Yeah, me and my dog went outside, got cold tail, So I'm nursing cold tail when I get back home today. But me and my dog went outside for a mile run yesterday morning before I went to work. It was terrible. It was terrible. Let me tell you, it was terrible. I felt like crap, but I got it done.
You got it. Well, my life on the line, I got a mile in the cold too. But until my life on the line, I ain't doing that shit. Y'all got it. But I got it. I know I can. That's all. That's enough. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if I didn't work out here, I would probably say, if I didn't work outside all day, I would probably say that I wouldn't necessarily feel so passionate about doing it. But because I have to work out here, and that's where the crazy people are, I have to be ready to face the elements.
Hey, get busy. Y'all, hey, listen, y'all got it. When you got it, you got it. You know what I'm saying? When you got it, you got it.
Souls, you were in Lackland too, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember the field work that we had to do in basically the desert?
Oh yeah, you're talking about Camp Bullis?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, Classic, you learn a lot of things about yourself when you realize you're sleeping in the sand.
No, I learned about myself. I told my patella tendon, if you ain't go through that recovery, I don't want to talk.
That's fact. You know, you learned a lot about yourself then, and you healed quicker than you were supposed to.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I ain't bragging though, but I'm just saying, like, I know
it's
I can.
Cool. I got you. I brag for you. It's all right. You healed way faster than you were supposed to. Was already training again before you were supposed to. Strong.
I'm just trying to pass this physical, G. Y'all don't know. I don't be talking about it. I'm finna beat somebody ass. I'm talking about boxing. YouTube. I'm talking about sports. YouTube. I'm talking about sports. YouTube. I'm talking about sports. This is all for content creation. Y'all think I watch? Okay, when I pop out with my pro card, don't get it. Don't. All right, watch. Y'all think fat meat ain't greasy? We got one last question. I ain't in that gym in the morning for nothing. Watch. I'm finna put these on somebody. Somebody gonna have to eat these. I know exactly who it is too. It don't run. The leadership question: when systems fail, leadership becomes informal. Who naturally becomes the leader in a crisis? The loudest voice, the calmest mind, or the most prepared person?
Calmest mind.
The loudest voice.
It's the loudest voice first. The first leader is not the permanent leader. The first leader is usually the loudest voice. The second leader is the most prepared. The third leader is the calmest mind because he learned it from both of them.
How do these people take over?
Well, the loudest voice is always going to be the first person to have people come to their aid because people love listening to a loudmouth. That's the first one. He making the most noise. He must be qualified, right? That's what the average person thinks. The second person is the one that's the most prepared. They're going to easily take over because that first leader, that loudmouth, usually fails rather quickly. In an end of the world scenario, if you watch those types of, I love apocalyptic movies. I love them. Post-apocalyptic movies, I love them. You know, like that's like the first thing that I want to watch. If I sit down to watch a movie, it's something where action is happening. People are getting at it. You know what I'm saying? The world, the structure of the world has failed. And it's not just because I want to burn it all down anyway. But the structure of the world has failed. I love watching that. And then it's always like that. And it's right in front of our faces. The people who are talking the most, they fail so fast. Then you have somebody who has logic, who's prepared. And they say, okay, we're going to follow this person because everything they're suggesting is working. And that person over there, they lost because they was talking too much.
Interesting. Yeah, I think the loudest voice normally takes the cake at first just because of just the assertiveness. It gives the appearance of like good leadership. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Them just being vocal. But I just don't know how they fall out of leadership. I think something has to happen to that person. And then the second in command would have to be, you know, probably the most prepared. And then third probably was going to end up being the calmest mind. Just because I'm taking the person with the calmest mind is also being a bit more passive too. So
extremely passive.
Yeah, but they're actually the most valuable because you got to understand how many crises you're going to run into. And being good in a crisis is invaluable.
But the calmest mind just learns from the loudest voice and the most prepared.
Yep.
Yeah.
Essentially, they're the vice president, right? The vice president is supposed to be the calm one. If we're not being of any company or any country, the vice person is supposed to be the calm one, the one that looks at things objectively. They're gonna be the counterbalance to either a loudmouth or the prepared leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be the counterbalance, but they have to be. To be honest, you kind of have to subjugate yourself if you're the calm one. You have to, because if you don't, being calm is not going to help you in a fight or flight situation. It isn't. Fight or flight, you either fight or you run. Being calm is like, well, I'll just sit here and see how it develops. Well, you just lost valuable time being calm. They gained ground on us while you were being calm. If you would have had some action about you, then we would have been able to at least slow them down.
Wait. Why do you equate calm to slow to react?
Thank you. I'm lost now. I'm like, this is
calm.
I will
just
explain.
mean I'm not finna.
that word very concrete like that. That's no. Like a calm boxer is like very strategic.
Dangerous.
Like
Yeah.
Calmness is the most dangerous thing you can be. Fight or flight. There's no such thing as calmness in fight or flight.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said it that way.
Yeah, but you can't. You do that. You're putting two things that don't go together. You can't do that.
If you calm, your fight or flight response is not going to be the same.
But they don't go together.
Look at this. Shed Light. What up, Shed Light? Welcome to the chat. Shed Light said the loudest is not always heard. The most prepared is never really prepared enough. So I'll have to go with the calmest mind.
Mm-hmm.
I like that too. I like it. I don't think there's a wrong answer there.
I don't think people know how valuable these conversations are, though. Y'all should kind of be having them. I'm just saying. Because, like, the grid going down is not an impossibility. Okay, so in closing, before we get off of here, because we got another stream to run. All right, so in closing, I'm going to just throw an impromptu question in here for y'all so we can just have a little bit more fun with this. Lights go out right now. Wi-Fi, GPS, everything go out right now. Your first 3 moves, allegedly. And if you don't want to get your real first 3 moves, lie. It's the internet. Because if it become a real thing, somebody be like, "Ooh, I remember what he said on the stream." You know what I'm saying? But just for the sake of fun, what would be your first 3 moves, allegedly, hypothetically?
You said everything's out? Everything.
So power, electricity, Wi-Fi, GPS, communications, all that.
I only need 1 move.
Okay.
I'm going to go to sleep. I'm gonna give me some rest. While everybody else is in chaos, I'm gonna give me some rest.
No, I feel you.
I'll sleep on it. Like they say, I'm gonna sleep on it. I'm gonna sleep on it, wake up, and see what I need to do next.
You're a wild boy. You was wild. I'm using that first 24 hours critical. It's critical. But I feel you, Tez. What's your first?
You gotta get you some rest in there, classic.
Shit, I'm gonna rest in a minute. I gotta make it to a certain location. Tez, what's your first 3 moves?
Well, my first 3 moves were made before this happened. So I don't really talk about those too much, but just know that I don't have a problem with communications. The people that I need to talk to know how to reach me, and I know how to reach them, especially those in my household. We won't be staying at my house, no matter what my house looks like. We won't be staying at my house. We'll be moving to another location that's undisclosed for privacy and safety reasons. Basically, I'm on the move. Let's just say that much. I'm on the move. My first move is to use the methods that I have in place, and independent of any public gatherings. I don't need people for this. Move me and my family to the places. My nuclear family, I should say, to a more secure location, which is disclosed at the moment, and then which we can do rather easily with the way that I have this planned out, and then pick up the supplies that are there, and then we move from that location to a even more secure location. But we're on the go. You know what I mean? We got to be on the move. We're gonna avoid major roadways, and especially the city. You don't want to be anywhere near a city when this is going down. There's too many variables in a city.
Yeah, you want to get out the city. Densely populated too, so
yeah, too many variables. But I know where we're going. I know how to get there, and we would be fine for probably at least 5 years, in one spot. I probably wouldn't stay in a place for 5 years, but if we had to stay somewhere, we'd be fine being there. There ain't nobody around for a long way, and if anybody did find us, we would know.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, my first 3 moves would probably be Shit, Bass Pro, Home Depot, or with the nearest hardware store. I guess you can count that as 2 moves. And then house hunting, just house hunting.
What if I told you we have Bass Pro at home?
No, I feel you. It ain't never enough. It ain't never enough. I don't know how long these lights gonna be out. It ain't never.
Oh no,
enough.
we ain't staying at the house. No, trust me. The house is for provisions only, and then we're out of there.
Yeah. So having
I don't
Bass
need nobody
Pro
knowing where I'm at.
Right. So having Bass Pro at the house don't matter if you ain't gonna be at the house.
I know. We're gonna load it up.
That's a lot. I gotta be able to maneuver. I ain't trying to have too much shit on me. Don't and then see everybody, y'all all think about like firearms. I'll be thinking about the quiet weapons. Y'all running the Bass Pro, everybody grabbing guns. I'm buying bow and arrows.
You need
you know what I'm saying? Like
archery stuff.
Yeah.
Get you some
machetes,
some melee weapons.
Yeah,
get you a hatchet or 2. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your children are proficient in those things. You're gonna need water purifiers because the way that our bodies are.
I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Them kids ain't gonna make it, gang. You could kiss that goodbye now. Everybody, listen. Everybody who trying to save the kids, y'all cooked already. That's over with. You got. I mean, it's cool to make a valiant effort so you can feel good about yourself. It's inevitable though, because listen, it's simple. Unless you got the most well-behaved kids on the planet Earth, they either gonna get y'all smoked or get themselves smoked. It's gonna happen. G, you ain't your 8-year-old ain't surviving the apocalypse. G, it's just not, folks. It's gonna be a time where you need them to shut the fuck up and they don't understand why, or it's gonna be a time where they too curious and think something's safe and it ain't, or it's gonna be a time where they think they done made a new friend in the fucking woods and their little girl that they met is with a whole troop of motherfuckers that we don't need to be interacting with today. It's gonna the kids, it's over with.
That's usually how it happens.
It's a wrap. Them kids gonna get it done for you. You know what I'm saying? Or they gonna get it done to themselves. So it's one of the two. But them kids, you're through. So yeah,
that's usually how it happens.
Yeah, I don't know how y'all want to handle that, all y'all parents out there, but it's a wrap. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just embrace the inevitable. You know what I'm saying? Just don't get us all smoked. When you go out to do your little dumb shit because you don't want to listen, don't get us all cooked. Don't be over talking to people, telling them where we at and where the vegetables is and none of that. You know what I'm saying? We got a little setup I'm trying to protect. You gonna make me because it be like this, bro. In the apocalypse, I'm not really some people they gonna move out of fear. I'm not gonna be moving out of fear. I'm gonna be moving very, very comfortable. Oh, everything's even outside. I like my odds.
It's called
when everything is even. I like my odds.
Be the predator. Be the apex predator.
Absolutely. I'm people you don't want to run into. It's people outside. Like there's people out there you don't want to run into.
I'm one of those people too. I'm not trying to help you. If you run into me, just know I'm not trying to help you.
Absolutely.
I'm just kidding. I've said it before on the stream, so I'm not afraid to say it again. I'm not trying to help you.
I ain't trying to make no friends. I ain't trying to make no friends. I'm not trying to reestablish society. I'm not trying to set up no little village. I don't care. I'm not trying to make no friends. You can't sabotage me with no damsel in distress. Someone please.
Nope. I'm not saving nobody.
He's gone. Who you with? Come on out.
I'm not trying to save nobody.
I ain't even talking.
That's how you get smoked.
I'm not even talking. Ain't nothing to talk about. I don't know you. Didn't know you before this. Not finna get to know you. It's a wrap. Y'all ever heard of every man for himself? That's what it is. You ain't with me, you ain't with me. Man, but don't you think we need to come to pow? I don't know. Man, he sounded like he had a good idea. I didn't hear him. He's gone.
I never.
Yeah, I don't have nothing. I don't know what's going, because whoever you with gonna come out. When I know how to get them to come out. Yeah, because it be all type of ambushes and all this stuff real. You know, if it get like that outside, people when people get hungry, you know what I'm saying? When they get hungry, come on, man. I ain't got time. I'm not talking to nobody.
I think the people that believe in the utopian aspect of it, like if you say, "Oh, if the world fails, it's gonna be a utopia," y'all have never been outside the country, have you? And if you have, it was on a cruise ship or a resort. Man. If you go outside the country, you see what living like this actually looks like. Because there are people on this planet right now who literally live in quote unquote apocalyptic situations every day. Every day. It's a free-for-all. When you see what happens to humanity when your creature comforts are gone, you find out what humanity is really worth. And you see the animal that they really are. for what they really are. All that intellectual stuff that people talk about all the time, yes, that's great. I totally understand that. But what happens when the world is no longer civilized? You're not playing by civilization rules anymore. You're playing by survival rules.
Yep. Shed light. Appreciate you. Said great topics, but these are also realistic situations. Respect. Yeah, I figured we'd have a little fun with this one, man. Instead of just discussing the breakdown of all the whistle blowing in the movie, I feel like that's been done. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we right at the hour 30 mark, so we right on time. Let's knock these comments out and move on. Roxy said, "I set up for the plan is the biggest element for success. The setup for the plan is the biggest element." I agree. Let's see. What percentage of the U.S. population do y'all think are prepared for something like this to happen? 3, 2%. You said 10?
2%.
It's about. I think it's about 5.
I'll say
5%.
I think COVID set up another 5%. I'll say about 10%.
I can't disagree at all.
That's
cannot
fair.
disagree
That's
at all.
Fair point.
Yeah, I think more people thinking now.
Yeah. Uncle Plug said mine too. Roxy said, "Hey, some of these kids can learn real quick though. They just got to learn. They just got to learn that they discipline is no longer optional. You know how your kids want to buck up at you every now and again, like every now and again. Even a well-behaved child, every now you can no longer try me because my every command that I give you could be the difference for all of us. You know what I'm saying? So when I give you a command and you want to play unruly today and shit, you can wipe everybody out.
That's
Everything we got going on. So like it just take one moment. You know what I'm saying? Souls of Thought said everyone tune in to the RSC. We will be discussing Anton and more. Absolutely. We got a great episode coming up for y'all. Right after this. This stream is officially about to end, but we have a great stream coming up for y'all on the Raw Society Coalition channel. Right after this, like shortly after this, probably within a matter of 20-30 minutes.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, so within about 20-30 minutes, by about 3:45, we should be up live. The whole coalition will be there. Myself, Souls of Thought, Tez Down, Uncle Plug TV, and Conversations with Soft Rain. So you're going to get all of us today at once in the same house. You know what I'm saying? Not literally like last time, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, man, we got a lot of things to discuss, a lot going on. So make sure that y'all tap in at the Raw Society Coalition channel in about 30-40 minutes time and see what we got to talk about over there. We appreciate y'all tapping in with the film codes on my channel and Souls on your channel. What did they just watch?
They just watched the Souls reviews on my channel, man. And then we're going to be uploading this on the Raw Society Coalition as a premiere. So anybody who missed the beginning, you could be able to actually do a live chat with us as well. When we premiere this on the Raw Reels at the Raw Society Coalition.
Oh, yeah. So, man, y'all enjoy this promo on the way out and catch us on the next live stream here shortly. Yeah.
I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you can take to them. I'm having that aura, I got that glow. They hate it worse when they know that you know. Walk in the room like I'm covered in gold. I used to suppress it, was about to implode. I used to suppress it, was about to explode. Sore thumb in the room, everywhere that I go. Black sheep for the fam, used to think something was wrong. Took a little time to realize I was chose. Took a little time to realize I was special. Ever since birth, been a cold under pressure. Wanna be great, gotta do a little extra. That's why I grind with obsession. Everything about me irregular, everything about me is pressure. Maximum effort, no box left unchecked on the checklist, no stone left unturned, mash on the gas and etc. Or farming hoe, I'm up in rank. Step in the room, they paved the way. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't.